Good morning all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday morning, June 25th. We are looking at window traders, market profile of SPY, IWM, and QQQs. And right now, as you can see in SPY and ES, there's not a lot of volume, but whatever is being done is being packed in right between the day's upper range. We have a very wide POC up here. We just printed a new overnight high. Overnight low right now, I have two of them. I'm not sure which one is correct, 425.07, but then also 423.53, so I'll have to check on that. We had a very prominent POC yesterday, once again, 11 wide, which was going to be an upside destination, now becomes a downside, just like the 13 wide POC from the day before was going to be an upside until we gapped higher above it. The same theme continues. Light volume grinds up. Again, unless we start getting distance away, this is all going to be swept away. We spoke yesterday how the Russell is now attempting to make their move towards their all-time high, and if they do, QQQ should balance because they've both really traded opposite of each other now for many, many months. So I think that's going to hold true. If Russell's going to make an attempt to get to their all-time high over the next couple of days, Russell may have put in their all-time high. At least for the short term. As far as destinations for this morning, so right now on the upside, we have 425.55, which is yesterday's high and all-time high. Then I have my overnight high of 4. That just changed. Let me get it. 425.81, and then SPY has their overnight all-time high of 426.21 from June 15th. Again, we have not gotten that because of the dividend. For the downside, now again, if we gap higher, we will use yesterday's high of 425.55. Otherwise, we have 425.13, which is the 11 wide POC. So if this market fails to get above yesterday's high or gets above it and they front run the overnight again and come back in, we should go trade at that POC. And then right below that, I have what I believe is the overnight low of 425.07. Then there's nothing until yesterday's low of 424.62, filling the gap at 424.05. 423.37, our perfect POC from June 23rd, and then 422.51, a daily low. So game plan for this morning, it's going to be basically the same. Unless we get a catalyst, I don't see much difference from what we've seen the last 2 days with very light volume and no tempo. As of right now, you can continue to look to fade new highs or lows, but please don't get lulled to sleep. I wouldn't take it as soon as it breaks a new high of the day or low, but if you see we make a new high or low and there's absolutely no tempo, no volume within a couple of minutes after taking it out, I would be looking to fade it rather than going with it. If we get back into the meat of this, there's no trade. They'll just be really bouncing around in a very small range. Remember, we had a 93-cent range yesterday. It will not be hard whatsoever to not only take out both sides of it, but then also have a possibility of finishing either an outside day down or an outside day up. All things to keep in mind. This is the last day of the week. That outside week down, though, failed miserably. And I mean miserably. I will be recapping all three of these indices charts at 4 p.m. So again, whether it's now or when the market opens, if you can't take out yesterday's high, you can take a short. You can be out above it. And then you can also reshort it again against the overnight high, which in ES's case will be their all-time high. I still haven't gotten to my overnight all-time high. On the flip side, if we gap higher again, you could take a call play. I'd be out if the gap fills. Any acceptance into M's range, and we should finally go get one of these wide POCs. And then on the chart, real quick, I'm just going to show you the weekly and the daily. We have to keep reinforcing what we're talking about. The buyers have got to get going. They did a fantastic job of rejecting an outside week down this week. Without a doubt, they did. But whether it's today or next week, you want to get above these weekly highs sooner rather than later with acceptance. Excuse me. And then on the daily, They're one time framing up for 4 days. So if you're a bear, the first step is to take out yesterday's low to, number one, attempt to get the gap, and number two, to put the daily into balance. Please subscribe to my channel and hit likes. Have a great day trading, and we'll recap the day, the week at 4 p.m.